point of the Estes, but with the Lancelot diving in, with the Claude diving in, with the Paquito also diving in, I don't see how they're going to clump up together. EVOS Legends, they're going to try and exploit the fact that they are going to get clumped together with perhaps the Xavier, because the Dawning Light will do damage, and it will do more damage if everyone is together.
Yeah, and oh, that was such a good pick. Oh, I love the Xavier here. Oh, that Xavier is really good, actually. Like, it literally just stops the momentum, stops the dive potential from the Paquito and from the Lancelot with the Mystic Field.
Well, who gets the upper hand though? The Savior or the Yve? Depending on how close and how it plays out, right? In these fights, there's a possibility for Rebellion to not even need to engage anyway. So if they just play from long range and out-sustain you, I think Savior will start having an issue, especially because Assassins against Savior, Savior is relatively helpless.
Yeah, you're right. That's going to be a huge factor here, Miracle. I do understand why the Xavier is a really great pick, but against Lancelot, that might be a problem.
Oh, it's a massive problem here.
Yeah.
Let's see, ladies and gentlemen, a somewhat, well, technically two front-to-backs. The composition here already placed in. Let's see what happens in this game. Rebellion Zion 1-0 match point. They need one more to close this series. But for EVOS, they're going to have to come back, forcing a third game. Never mind though, Arashi. It's not two front-to-backs. Rebellion have a dive comp. It's just they have a dive comp with sustain.
Well, they also have the Yve, so it's not exactly a dive comp. So both teams, I think they're just doing a mixed composition. And right now in the bottom side, it's a bit of an issue here. Hyze isn't taking the bulk of the damage, and Wijanarko cannot heal himself, essentially. So it's just sustain versus poke. And usually sustain comes out on top, but with how annoying Diggy is, with how spammable his skills are, maybe that'll be an issue. Mirko is the only one voting for EVOS in the talent prediction by X.
All right, fun little fact. I made a deal with Coach Chico. Every time I go in Evo, when I cast Rebellion games, I have to go for the other team because it gives them good luck, apparently. So
it's the caster curse in reverse.
Very prominent for Mirko, apparently. But now we're going to see what happens here. As I do agree with you, Arashi, with that point, but the Estes is going to need a little bit more time to be able to out-sustain the poke damage coming in from Dreams. And that's going to be a huge factor as well. As you can see now, very aggressive play coming in from Fearless. Sutsujin taken already quite low here, as both teams are going to disengage. 19 seconds left on the turtle, but the poke damage from Rebellion Zion, it's getting very evident.
The thing is, later on, it seems like EVOS Legends, they're purely stuck in a front-to-back situation, whereas for Rebellion, they can make sure that the Lancelot just goes into towards the back, but Sway Low survives!
Wijanarko with the clutch heals. Oh my god, that one basic attack from Diggy. Oh, that was close, that was close. But Rebellion Zion are able to survive, you know. They're not giving the kill over just yet, but EVOS Legends surely in the early game, I don't know, in the early game, who has the upper hand in terms of just like the skirmishes? I think it's a skill matchup.
It's difficult because on the Rebellion Zion side, you have the Estes to be able to sustain. You have the mobility and the pressure coming in from that Lancelot. But on the flip side, EVOS Legends has Diggy. So it's kind of equal in that sense.
Oh
but
my
oh my,
god.
the damage!
Ooh.
See ya, Dreams. Nice meeting you. The alarm bomb taking all of his HP, and Psychot just executing the man. 1K goal lead already with the neutral objective control, Rashi.
I think the Diggy pick for EVOS Legends is the main issue here. If they go for fights, it will take a bit for EVOS Legends to have enough damage to actually out-damage the sustain coming in from that Estes pick from Wijanarko. So if they go for a proper fight, it's possible. But if they go for pickoffs, I think the CC, the pullback from the Diggy, as well as the alarm bombs, is going to be a bit too much for the sustain to be dealt with without using that ultimate, the blessing of the Moon Goddess. So I think EVOS for a while will have a lot more options to play around with.
But remember, EVOS Legends, they have a lot of magic damage. And as soon as Rebellion Zion can actually opt to itemize against that, they're only relying on Clover.
That's the difficult part. If they all stack magic resistance and they all dive towards Clover, that guarantees they're only dealing with a certain type of damage, and that's never a good thing, making sure that your opponents can itemize easily.
And right now, as it stands, right, Sutsujin is also on the Demon Slayer emblem, building full tank on the Julian. So he's more of a utility Julian. For Sutsujin, though, I do think it fits him better. He's a more disciplined player, not really a flashy type of player in the jungle. So going for that Demon Slayer with that tank items will suit him better. As Fearless, he's just gonna go to town on the enemy jungle. Tazdo already forced to pop the sprint. Whew, taking a whole lot of damage, a beating from Sway Low.
Later on in the fights, I wonder how that's going to play out, right? The real-world manipulation, the DPS difference between the Yve and the Savior is quite high. And in this bottom side, it's just such a drawn-out battle between Sustain and Poke. And Suelo actually tries to get involved, but Sutsujin will be able to escape no problem.
And I just realized Rebellion Zion, all 4 of them have opted to go for that sprint spell. So they really are trying to go just dive in really hard onto the members of EVOS Legends. And to be honest, EVOS Legends, they don't have much CC. They only have the knock-up coming in from Sutsujin and perhaps the drawback coming in from Dreams, as now you can see the setup of the turtle from Rebellion Zion.
Let's see, ladies and gentlemen, EVOS Legends trying to contest this turtle, but Rebellion very wisely, they actually stopped it from going in. Dream's gonna get taken down, assassinated by the side of Fearless. Sutsujin falling next to the hands of Highs, and it's a disaster early on for EVOS Legends, losing their 2,000 gold lead, handing it over to Rebellion.
It's hard because even without the Oracle, but from the side of EVOS Legends, if they don't have the Dominance Eyes, that holy healing is going to be very, very difficult to deal with, especially when everyone groups up as 5. And like I mentioned before, because of that grouping, EVOS Legends, they might have a problem realizing they don't have CC, but Fearless.
No! Way too aggressive there, Fearless. He missed his first ability on time, so not reset it, the cooldown, and he was punished. That's what the Mystic Field can bring, right? That punish is super good. The immobility is massive, but Arashi, items.
Items right now, DHS completed for High, so still scaling slowly but surely. Later on, Dreams already itemizing towards an Enchanted Talisman, so he's going to be a lot more annoying the longer this game goes. But as we talked about earlier, with the Digipick, EVOS is intending to just play around that range management, and that's exactly why 4 sprints are on the side of Rebellion Zion. In the previous fight, I think 3 members actually popped the sprint just to make sure they catch up and they are able to actually get to the backline despite Dreams popping the time journey. So it's just a very intelligent solution to the speed that the time journey presents.
Dreams doesn't seem to be on the way to dominance, though. I think Psychots is, though. But that is going to require Psychots to be more participative in terms of that grouping, in terms of that team fight. So he's going to have to leave that lane, deny that, to be able to utilize that properly.
Oh, Sutsujin, Blazing Duet coming in, enhanced chain finding its mark onto 2. Highs, whoa, what? Highs got the kill, actually, was able to take Dreams down. Sutsujin and Taz didn't really go for it, and look at the mid lane. Dyron, the master laner, look at what he's doing. He's going for the server. He does not care. No minions, no problem. See ya. He's able to get outside. Kosh trying to chase him down, but the knockout strike comes in again. 2 turrets for Rebellion. Clean trades.
Yeah, they were able to split up that map really well. Fearless opting to focus on that top side, and that's going to be EVOS Legends on the back foot without the map pressure that they initially had. Rebellion Zion once again next on the turtle, and that's just Rebellion Zion winning it out everywhere.
Good trade though, yeah?
They have so many solutions to the side of EVOS Legends. You have a Diggy, you have a Savior as well. It's just, you know, a lot more solutions. And right there, with that advantage, they just get the turtle.
And the golden staff, Arashi. Highs.
And the Oracle.
He was able to take Dreams down almost, well, 50-0 with the DHS only, right? Now with the golden staff. Oh, if he has it stacked up, I don't know, EVOS Legends might all be melted. Like, that backline is very vulnerable.
And even if they can stop the dive coming in from Highs, Fearless can find a way to just get in the back there. And like I mentioned, it will separate EVOS Legends into, you know, into 2 different units, essentially, and Rebellion Zion can capitalize on that. Even if Sutsujin tries to do something similar, as you mentioned, he isn't building full damage per se, so it's just a lot more difficult for him to try and have the same impact that Fearless does.
But also remember that Taz hasn't reached his power spike either, so if I'm not mistaken, we saw that he already took the Clock of Destiny, but the damage output is not yet there without the combo item that he really needs, especially with the defense penetration that he can also optimize for. But Rebellion Zion will be able to maneuver around that quite easily because, like I mentioned before, EVOS Legends very, very much of that magic damage.
Let's see again, though. Fearless, I don't think he should be taking this 1v1 up against Psychots. He's able to dodge away from the falling star moon. No backup, Fearless. Oh, he finally gets the help from Arco. Meanwhile, what's going on here? It's going to be Dyrem dealing the damage onto Clover, almost taking him down. Oh, a lot of battle spells were used there. 3 sprints from Rebellion and 2 sprints and 1 flicker from EVOS Legends.
It's so difficult when you have a roaming hospital essentially in the form of that Estes. EVOS Legends, despite their best attempts, despite them having an advantage in HP bars, right, with the trades, with the poke, it's just very difficult when Arco is there to just heal everyone back up, and that's also why they can't even get a great combo. If Susujin goes to the Empowered Chain and it gets followed up by a Falling Star Moon, once the Blessing of the Moon Goddess is popped up, Arco is going to heal everybody up to full.
Yeah, that's not great. EVOS Legends, if they are heavily reliant on those skills, Rebel and Zion are going to be able to outmaneuver that. But really interesting, Dyrem opting for the Oracle here, Rashi.
Dyrem opting for the Oracle to increase.
Yeah.
He has a Bloodlust Axe as well, so it's going to increase the healing from both Estes and himself with that item. It's a very smart situational item for sure. We don't see it as often. And now with that, will they actually take the fight to EVOS? Or are they content just waiting it out? Because in the mid lane, Dyrem, man, he is so active right now.
That's what we expect from him, right? In terms of kill participation, he only has 1, but that's what he does. He just goes for the wave clears, and that's why he loves Paquito so much, right? The mobility that Paquito has on top of the wave clear, it's so good. It fits his style perfectly. He just goes all around, clearing waves, getting the waves slow pushed, and enabling his team to actually get more map control on the other side.
Hey, look at that, Psychots. He has to go to the bottom lane, so
Yep.
it actually means Rebellion Zion has the upper hand, but unfortunately Fearless was in the bottom side farming it out, and it's going to be a 5v5 once again.
Right now, though, with the advantage, what will they do? They can go for the engage. They can just wait for EVOS to run into them, and then they can just combo it with the World Ventilation. They can deny it with the Estes. So many options, and that is why EVOS, they have no idea what Rebellion are going to do, and they get a pick off.
Whoa, Dreams actually going to get taken down right before the fight even starts. Susujin goes in for Retribution, but he's going to be slain before it even pops up. Fearless with the Retri to secure the Lord. It's a 3-for-0, make it a 4-for-0 with the Lord. Rebellion dominating ever since they hit their power spike.
Oh my god, that heal is just so brutal for EVOS Legends. They could have at least gotten a trade, but Arco says no. Arco, he doesn't need those flashy heroes either. Even on the supports, he's able to have this much of an impact, and it has brought Rebellion Zion to a 5,000 gold lead.
Because EVOS Legends, they have no answer for it. Even if they get the whole roster of Rebellion Zion in a combo, it won't be enough to outdamage the healing, at least for now. Take a look at highs from Rebellion Zion. 6 picks, 33% win rate. Doesn't look like much, but he is making it work, especially in this game.
Eyes, again, such a nuisance as Fearless jumps in very deep. Oh my goodness, Fearless! Whew. He is Fearless, man. He fits the name as Dyrem. This guy is so annoying. Hey, you're a frontliner. He's taking turrets like it's nothing. He's sieging turrets like a marksman. As Susujin goes in for enhanced chain, Psychots dusting in as well. Arco with the Blessing of the Moon Goddess is able to sustain back up. EVOS losing out on the base turret with the First Lord. Rebellion have found their value. Dyrem, man.
Dyrem is able to take so many objectives, and there, if they were able to take Arco out, maybe there will be an option, right? You can see the adjustments. Dreams already building the Necklace of Durance, but will that be enough though? I think they require a lot more. Psychots has the Dominance Eyes as well, but those are the only two regeneration denial items on the side of EVOS Legends. And Rebellion Zion, they're completely abusing it, man. Every single member will be benefiting. We can see that even for highs, the power spikes is already here. And even if they try and rush towards Arco, Suelo can just slow everyone down.
It's too much, honestly, at this point, right? Like, Rebellion can do whatever they want, and they're not even going to get punished here. Real world inflation already popped in, baiting out the time journey, and guess what? They're using that just to push EVOS Legends away from the minion waves. You're not getting XP, you're not getting gold. This is our game.
It's insane to see. Rebellion Zion now with a 7,000 gold lead. The damage dealt by Axe shows, though, that Suelo is at the top of the charts. And from the side of EVOS Legends,
Susujin.
it's Diggy.
And look at Susujin.
Oh my,
He so far in the game, he's dealt less damage than Ouija Narco.
on the Estes.
Dyron, though, has a lot of damage here. He has the Hunter Strike already just completed, so Psychots, better watch yourself, man. You're gonna get beat up.
Uh-oh, three-man gang. Psychots with the sprint, trying to run away. He will be able to, as that's actually a bait down below. Look at this. They're engaging onto Ouija Narco. He's still able to sustain for him now. It's so annoying. It's so annoying. Oh my god. They're unkillable.
No counterplay available for EVOS Legends here. This draft from Rebellion Zion is so intelligent. And right there, now they're waiting because the Blessing of the Moon Goddess isn't available, but not for long.
I guess the person that you need to target from the side of Rebellion Zion would be the Estes first.
Yes, but there's not a lot of ways they can do that. Who is supposed to pose that kind of threat? From Rebellion, they can send Fearless on the Lancelot towards the back line. For EVOS, that option is not available. They opted for the front to back, relying on the back line, but now Sutsujin, with that utility, as you can see, no damage.
And it's also a good read there from Highs, right? Dyron doing his thing. He's just always in the side lanes. He's a massive problem here. Sutsujin dives in with the enhanced chain, able to knock out Ouija Narco and Sway low. They're going to go in for the retribution. Sutsujin went in for the 50-50. It wasn't a 50-50 in the back lines. It's going to be everyone backing off. Psychots left alone. Fearless jumps in with the Phantom execution. Psychots falls. And even with the Dawning Light, they're unable to find anyone. Ouija Narco. Oh man, he's so annoying.
Is it a glitch, or in that final engagement with the Dawning Light coming in, Ouija Narco still has the Blessing of the Moon Goddess, so it wasn't even close. Rebellion are in complete control. Even though it seems like EVOS is trying to make it close, it is a 10,000 almost. It's 9.6 thousand gold difference at 16 minutes. And EVOS, they are so lost. I don't even know what they can do right here.
Yeah, this isn't great because despite the Xavier having a lot of damage, he usually comes out on top being able to poke it out. And that's exactly what Dreams is doing too. But the poke damage does nothing for Rebellion Zion right now as they're just taking the turrets without any compensation from EVOS whatsoever.
11,000 gold lead. Dyron with the Oracle, able to sustain back up. Fearless jumps in with the Phantom execution all the way to the back lines. Getting Dreams! Fearless losing out on the immortality, but he will be able to survive. He gets another onto Clover. He's going for the end. Psychos trying to defend with the help of the Dawning Light, but Fearless jumps into the base. They're looking for kills before they end the game. EVOS get clean swept. GG to Rebellion Zion.
What is this day?
The day of upsets.
What's going on?
That's crazy. You know, a lot of people I know, they've been talking like, okay, tomorrow's a done deal. It's weaker teams going up against stronger teams in the standings. Well, who's laughing now? Those lower standing teams are absolutely destroying it. 2-0.
I mean, honestly, I predicted 2-0 today.
Yeah, but
not like this.
Not like this.
Not like this.
Oh man, you know.
And that's what makes it even more insane.
Exactly. The bottom teams, the teams that before Season 10 used to be just easy wins for every other team. Now they've come to play. They want to get into the playoffs, and you can feel the hunger. You can see it in their eyes, the passion-filled players on stage. Rebellion Zion, what an insane victory. Their improvement has been visible, and here in the draft as well. Coach Chico, give it up for the man.
That's why he looks so tired, man.